Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So this is a video that means a lot to me because when I was barely starting out with makeup, I was scared to death that whenever I did my makeup and we were gonna take pictures or anything like that, I was gonna look like a ghost.
Sometimes that's how it goes. Took a couple L's, so you know I'm on the road, I'm all alone.
Today I'm going to be sharing my tips and tricks on how to avoid flashback, what products might work for you, the products that work for me, and basically my routine of when I don't want flashback, which is never. So this is kind of like my foundation routine, everyday makeup. Side note, this eyebrow is not having a good day. It's just not. Starting off, you always want to have your face washed, moisturized, all of that. So my face is already washed and moisturized. And now you want to use a primer. A primer is just going to make sure that your makeup lasts all day and it works for your skin type. So my skin is, I don't know, I have like combo skin. Like my my T-zone gets a little bit oily, but my nose right here is dry, and then the rest of my face is normal. I don't know. But I like to use pore filling primers for my T-zone area. And that's basically all I do for priming, and then I will spray my face with some kind of facial mist just to make my entire face ready for foundation. So today I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. With this particular primer, you don't need a lot. So if you have dry skin, you want to use something that has moisture in it, hydration. If you have oily skin, you want to use something that is mattifying. If you have large pores, like I do, you want to use something that is pore filling and makes your face nice and smooth. If you have texture, you also want to use something similar so that your face is smooth for foundation. So I'm just going to spray my face. And you always, when you're applying a moisturizer, primer, anything like that, you want to let your face dry first so that you don't. You want to let your products sink into your skin, and you want to let your face dry so that when you apply foundation and all of that stuff on top, nothing is sliding around and it's just sitting nicely on top. So foundation, everybody says that you want to avoid SPF, and I totally agree. I have used a lot of foundations, and the ones that have SPF, they do normally tend to flash back at you. If you don't know what flashback is, it's when you take flash photos and your face is white, or your under eyes are really white, a certain part of your face is really white, and it looks like your makeup is flashing back at you. Isn't that cute? One piece of advice is just to avoid products that have SPF at all, and if you can't avoid, if that's all you have, then just make sure that it has lower than SPF 15. That will help the process. So today I'm going to be using a combination. I'm going to be using these two. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation Stick in the shade 118. So these foundations, like HD foundations, I guess, they are supposed to be like camera friendly. So if you want to stay on the completely safe side, then you might want to buy these. These are a little bit pricier. This one is $43, I believe. And I'm also going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me in the matte and poreless one. In the shade 310 Sun Beige. So this is a little bit darker for me, and this is a little bit lighter, so that's why I mix these two. But this one is also really good for flash photography. It will not flash back at you. So you always want to make sure that your foundation matches you. If your foundation is too light, it doesn't matter what other products you use, you're going to have flashback. I tend to make my foundation a little bit darker just to be on the safer side. So now I'm just gonna blend it out with a sponge. I have to like swipe my sponge to blend out the stick foundation a little bit better. and I hate doing that because it just bothers me. With foundations, I like to bring it into my hairline. I just feel like it blends in a lot better. You always want to make sure to blend your foundations on your neck, because if you have a foundation line right here in flash photos, it is going to be a lot more noticeable. Concealer is another big thing. You want to use a concealer that is close to your skin tone or not that much lighter than your skin tone. So if you want to use a brighter concealer, then I suggest going 2 or 3 shades lighter than your foundation. This one looks like it's 1 to 2 shades lighter than my foundation, which is what I want, because when you have a super bright concealer, it will flashback. When I want my under eyes to be a little bit highlighted, I like to use a lighter concealer. This is actually the yellow corrector shade. Yellow does brighten up things. Just put 3 little stripes on my under eyes. You do not want to bring your concealer out all the way to your hairline, because again, if your concealer is too light and you bring it out all the way out here, then when you take pictures, it's just gonna look like white. My ride or die way, the best way that I have found to battle flashback, is cream contouring. Cream contouring, every time I have done it, I have never had flashback unless my foundation shade was off or my concealer was too light. But every time I do cream contour, I will not get flashback, because this, I don't know what it is. And then I'm gonna get my sponge on the foundation side, and I'm just going to tap over it just to blend out the edges and all of that. But yeah, it looks messy, but it's all gonna come together. So now I'm going to make little lines on my forehead, on the perimeter of my forehead. This is my forehead contour. So I'm just gonna use my sponge for this. Actually, I just feel like it blends better and easier. And I'm going to drag this into my hairline. And then I will contour my jawline with this as well. For powder, I'm going to do one side with the Laura Mercier powder and one side with the Airspun powder. The reason I'm doing this is because I've used the Laura Mercier powder for months now, and I love it. When I pair it with my whole cream contour and everything, I don't get flashback. But I said in my last video, I recently got the Coty Airspun. The few times that I have used this, also paired with my whole cream contouring routine, I do not get flashback either. But I have not tried them out side to side, so I guess this is like, we're gonna kind of see which one's better, or if they're the same. Using my sponge for this, I'm gonna be using one side for Laura Mercier and the other side for the Coty Airspun. Side that has like a trail, I don't know what that is, for the Laura Mercier. And I don't bake. Okay, now I'm going to be switching to this side right here, using the Airspun on this side. I'm going to be doing some powder contour just to bring back the contours. So I'm gonna start off with some bronzer. I use a pretty warm toned bronzer. Neutral, warm. Actually, that looks kind of warm. For contour, I'll be using the shade Havana by Anastasia Beverly Hills and this e.l.f. Contouring shade. It comes in the e.l.f. contour palette. This brush right here to clean it up. I like this brush because it has a point to it, so it can get something is in my throat. Precise. Okay. And then I'm going to get the Airspun powder and do the same thing. For highlighting, you don't want to use a shade that is too light or too dark for you, because just in any pictures in real life it'll just look weird. If it's too light, you will definitely be able to see the strip of white on your face, and if it's too dark, you will be able to see that dark strip on your face. But this one is a lot more gold, and this one is more of a pearly highlight. Now I'm going to wipe off all of this bake on my nose and under my contour. So as you can see, my contour was a little bit crazy before, but now it is a nice defined contour. I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup, my lower lash line, some mascara, lips, and I will be right back. So I just did the rest of my makeup, and now I'm going to set it with some more MAC Fix Plus. That's just gonna make sure that your makeup stays on. There's a lot of different setting sprays that you can use. You can use mattifying ones that will make your makeup stay matte. You can use dewy ones if you want a dewy finish, all that kinds of stuff. So I'm actually recording on my phone because I don't have a camera. I can't show you guys live footage of me taking my pictures to show you that there is no flashback, but I will insert some that I took somewhere here. I don't know, somewhere. These are unedited. I did nothing to them. I don't know why would I make this whole video if I edited my I will also insert some other pictures of other times that I have done my makeup and used this same exact routine and have not gotten flashback. So this is the best way that I have tried to reduce flashback and have flawless makeup. So if this helped anybody, if you guys like this video, then please subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in my next video.